So I'm going to talk about three main organisational structures. There is functional, matrix, and project-based. Firstly, project-based. This is when people are within projects. What are projects? Depends on the business. Basically, it means that your line manager is likely to be the project manager, but it means that really you are embedded in that project. That's where you sit, that's who you talk to, and all that jazz. Next, functional organisational structures. So these are when your line manager is somebody in the function that you work in. So if you're in finance, it's the finance manager. If you're in commercial, it's the commercial manager. If you're a project manager, it's the project manager. It means that you may not sit with the people on the projects that you work on. Thirdly, matrix. This is where you have a combination of each. So you may have two managers in effect. So you've got your line manager and your project manager, or vice versa. It gives you two layers of management in two directions. And it's really good when there's a company with loads of projects and the people move between projects a lot. So let's talk about advantages and disadvantages. If you're in an organisation where there's loads of projects but people stay on that same project for years and years and years and years, project organisation is the way to go. If you're on an organisation with loads of projects and everyone's moving around project every 5 minutes, then functional is a bit more useful. But then matrix may also be useful because you've got to think about who is doing the day-to-day management of the people. If you've got a functional manager, so you're, the finance manager is your manager, but they don't see what you do day to day. How can they appraise you? How can they help you and mentor you? They can't. So actually it's better for you to have the project manager as your manager. Also though, if the projects are quite big, that project manager needs to be concentrating on the actual project and not managing their people and doing the day-to-day timesheets and holiday requests and sick pay things. So that's where a matrix organisation kind of comes into its own, because you can customise it per person, per project, per function. So it means you can decide where to put the line management in each situation. The advantage with a matrix organisation is you can kind of formalise where these lines are, because you find that in a project organisation, even if they've got a functional or a project organisational structure, you still always end up having a few different line managers. In my apprenticeship, I had my apprentice manager, who was my line manager. I had the project manager, who kind of knew what I was doing day to day. And then I had the functional manager, who kind of thought he had control of me, but he did not. Who actually knew what I did in my job, and if I was on holiday, the functional manager actually was the one who had to find cover. The project manager and the apprentice manager didn't really have anything to do with that, but the apprentice manager did my appraisals because they knew what an apprentice should be able to do and what they should do, and also had my back. If I needed study leave, they were like, yo, she needs study leave. Whereas the project manager, again, understands the project's needs and makes sure that my leave fits in with what the project wants. So what did you think of my description of these three organisational structures? Let me know below what your organisation is. Bye!